Well, January did not disappoint. It has been the general consensus that the spring real estate market has come early. There's still tons of pent-up buyer demand, but we've been lagging behind pretty much on the listings front. Most sellers clean up their Christmas decorations and start gearing up for getting their property to be listed at the end of February and into March. Unfortunately, that did not work with the buyers' schedules. The buyers were out in full force, and we saw many multiple offer situations happening as a result of low inventory levels right across the board. So let's chat about what happened in January and look at this in a little bit more detail. In January, we had 1,597 unit sales, which was an increase of 12.1% compared to December and an 11.2% increase from January of last year. In terms of listings, there were 2,452 new listings, which was an 83.5% increase from December, and overall listings were up 6.9% month over month. We were still down, though, 18.2 fewer listings as compared to January of last year. So what do all these numbers mean? Well, it makes sense that we saw a huge increase in listings from December to January as most sellers take their properties off the market over Christmas. That being said, we were still up 11.2% more sales last month than what we saw in January of last year. And with 18% fewer listings, depending on what they were shopping for, buyers were really fighting to make a purchase, and sellers were seeing multiple offer scenarios and pretty quick sales, especially in the price ranges under $500,000, which brings us to months of inventory. We are looking at months of inventory for January sitting at 2.35 months. So that's just a slight decrease from December, where we were sitting at 2.45 months of inventory. But obviously that number again has stayed pretty flat. We've been in a very low inventory situation for over a year now, so it's definitely a strong seller's market. So 2 months of inventory means that if every available listing sold and there was nothing listed going forward, it would take 2 months to sell all of the listings that we have at the rate that houses have currently been selling. A balanced market sits at about 4 to 6 months of inventory. The average price for a home in the Greater Edmonton Area for January was at $438,000, which is just a tiny bit higher than what we saw in December. And by housing category, detached homes sold for an average of $561,000, which was 4.2% higher than December. Duplexes sold for an average of $421,000, up 3% month over month, and townhouses for $312,000, up 6.6% month over month. If you're looking at year over year pricing, detached homes are up 16.2%. Semi-detached 11.2%, and row housing is 15.8% up year to date. Those year-over-year price increases are wild. I'm not surprised though, based on last month's market update. This is in line with the upwards trajectory that we've been witnessing with pricing in the Greater Edmonton Area. The average days on market was 48 days. It was taking 59 days for a property to sell on average in January of last year. So inventory is moving quickly, and we will see properties start to sell faster and faster now as we make it further into spring. The Realtors Association of Edmonton press release for January was titled, "Edmonton housing demand continues to trend upwards as 2025 begins." And the numbers are definitely telling that story. We're looking at persisting low inventory levels, major increases in year-over-year pricing, and fewer days on market. So looking at it from a boots on the ground perspective, what I'm seeing is a lot of multiple offer situations, specifically in listings under $500,000. A listing will go up and you'll see it go pending or firm sold after just a few days on the market. We are in dire need of more listings. And I know here in Spruce Grove, I have a couple of buyers that have a budget of $350,000 to $400,000 looking for older detached homes. And literally nothing has even been on the market for the last 2 weeks. So buyers, make sure you have an experienced realtor that knows how to navigate multiple offer situations. You're going to need their guidance. I would also advise that you get into view a property that you're eyeballing pretty quickly. Time is definitely of the essence right now, unfortunately. So to give you some hope though, as we move into March and April, I would definitely expect that we will see a significant increase in listings. So all hope is not lost. It may just be a matter of patience for the time being. The weather that we've been having this month in February so far is definitely not helping the situation either. From what I've been seeing, lots of sellers have been delaying getting their photos done right now due to harsh temperatures. So with the warmer weather will come increased inventory. Sellers, it's pretty simple. If you can get your property listed sooner rather than later, you will definitely be setting yourself up for success. Depending on what you have to sell, in some areas that you'll have basically little to no competition right now, so time is of the essence. So that was January. If you're looking for a personalized evaluation on how the current market trends could impact you, I'd be more than happy to chat. Just send me an email and we can start the conversation. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.